Securing your profits. So once you're in a trade, okay, the very important thing is then trade management. Okay, so we've talked a bit about this, but some of you asked me to make a more precise video on actually trailing your stop loss and different ways to do it. Okay, so I'd say the two main ways to do it is, first of all, to trade the risk to reward, which is the logic part. And the next part, the next way to do it is to trade your idea. Okay, so what I mean by trading the idea is, for instance, here we are looking at euro yen. So as you know, euro yen is one of my favorite pairs to trade, most yen pairs. And here we have this trend line, okay, which has been respected a lot of times. All right, so it has a lot of power. It rejected it once, waited for a pullback. We have the pullback. It took the trigger. Okay, we have this support also, which becomes resistance. We have the SMA 50. I mean, I have all my confidences. Okay, so I took that trade. However, do I know? So I know that price should go to here. Okay, because that's my target. I know if it passes this level, which is that high, if it breaks that high, I know the trade is no longer valid. However, do I know exactly how it will get to that point? Okay. The answer is no. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it will do something like this, in which case this would be absolutely lovely. However, it could make something totally different. Okay, it could well drop to then come back to then drop again. All right. So the thing is, if you trade your idea, the idea is that you will just leave your stop loss where it is, or at a very, I'd say, obvious place. Okay, so let's say we see this and we see a pullback here. You can move your stop loss just at that level, okay, just above these highs. But you are trading your full idea. If the idea was right, you hit a target, it's good. You hit the full 3.5%. If the idea is wrong, you hit a stop loss. It's as simple as this, okay? Some people like to trade like that. Now, trading with a risk to reward is mainly done in institutions, because if you trade for someone or you have a boss, okay, so for example, working in a hedge fund, you will get absolutely fucking fucked if, let's say you are here and then the trade goes all the way and stops you out. You will get fucked simply because you were running at 1.2%. Let's say you are risking 1%. You were running at 1.2% and you finally got stopped out for -1. So overall, your drawdown is actually minus 2.2%, okay? Remember house money effect? What you have made here is your money. It's not the market's money, it's your money. So if you give it all the way back, first of all, you lost this, and you also lost this. So your actual drawdown is quite big. So I know for some point a guy who got absolutely smashed, okay, by his boss simply because the trade was going somewhere like this. And he didn't really know where to trail his stop loss, so he didn't trail it actually. He just left it to try and trade the idea. And then there was a news, something quite unpredictable happened, and the trade just went like that. It went straight to his stop loss, and so he was running at like 3%, and he lost -1. So that means his overall drawdown for the day was -4%, and he got totally fucked. Okay, so so trading the risk to reward means that even though your initial trade, the risk to reward is positive, as you know, for me, I will only take a trade if it has a risk to reward of more than 3 to 1. Okay, trading and moving your stop loss with risk to reward means that at any certain point, the current price should be a minimum of 1 to 1 between your stop loss and your target. Okay, which means that, for instance, that trade. Okay, let's say we took it and we were something like that and targeting, okay, here, I don't know. So here you can see that the risk to reward is 5.2. How you would do it is, let's say you see, let's put a replay. Let's say we see a strong move like this, okay? You are running into profits. What is your current risk to reward, okay? Not the one you took the trade at. What is the current risk to reward, okay? So the current risk to reward for that trade is actually, your stop loss is still up there, okay? And you're targeting here. So what you are essentially doing here is you are risking all of this to make an extra this. So your risk to reward is actually negative. It's at 0.6. So that's what I mean by trading the risk to reward. You will always want to have a risk to reward positive. So here you would have to move your stop loss, let's say, above this, okay? That little support, which reacted here, just above it. You may want to move your stop loss here. So at least you always have a positive risk to reward all the way. Now, the only issue with trading like this is, for sure, if that continues, it's great. It's very good risk management. The only issue is that if you have moves like this, so let's say that was the impulse, okay? We are back at the support now, as you can see. What we could well see is, let's say we had our fib levels. Fibs would probably be around here, if you fibbed that move. We could well see a retracement like that, for then more downside, okay? At which case, you were running at 2.8% and you finally got out at 1.2, and then the trade actually went your way. So that's the tricky part of trading with risk to reward. So I'd say it really depends on the people and on your back testing, okay? If you feel that you are trading with risk to reward and you keep on getting stopped out on these type of stuff, you might want to try and trade your ideas, okay? If you see that your ideas are usually right, you may want to try and trade your ideas. Now, where I would definitely apply risk to reward management is if we are running, so let's say, wait, where is it? Okay. If we are running somewhere like here, so when we were right there, okay, I would never have my stop, let's say, okay, so the obvious way to put your stop here would be like here. I would never have my stop up there if we were here. I'd rather either put it very close or kill the trade now, because once you get super close to your target, so as you know, don't be a dick for a tick, but mainly it's that this is your current risk to reward. So you are risking to give that all back to the market just to make an extra this, okay? It's stupid. So yes, so I would usually try and tend to trade my idea, okay? Unless one, it's on small time frames, unless two, I decided I would trade it like this, unless three, it's very close to the target and you actually need to trade with risk to rewards because it becomes stupid, okay? Now, a tip I would literally give you to trade your stop loss is to write it down before you take the trade. Okay, every trade, you know why you take it. You expect it to do something. Okay, so you have to trade to trail your stop accordingly. Okay, so for instance, pound yen. So that's my trade on pound yen. As you can see, we are looking at a channel. So we are at the top of the channel. We have some resistance here. We had a very strong move to the resistance, so we are strongly overbought, okay? And on the 15 minutes, we actually have a broken trend line, okay? We broke the trend line, I took the trade, retraces back, my stop loss is above. Okay, it's still on my plan, okay? Nothing has changed. Now, when I take this trade, you need to think, how am I going to trail the stop loss, okay? Think of it before taking the trade. It's very important because once you're in the trade, emotions will kick in. Emotions will kick in, and you will trade based on emotions. And as you know, trading based on emotion is the devil, literally. Okay, so you need to know how you're going to actually trail it. So let's say here, the trade is very good. The only things that bother me a little is that we have this sort of double bottom. Okay, we didn't reach the support of the channel. We had a sort of double bottom, so we could well see a correction at that resistance, okay, because price will react to it, but then continue to the upside, okay? That's why on that trade, I will tend to be a bit aggressive with my stop loss, move it to break even quite quickly, and then try and secure as much profit as I can, okay? That will be the idea behind the trade. So this, I need down so that when the price starts moving, I start becoming aggressive, okay, and follow my original plan. However, with a trade like dollar Swiss, okay, that's a trade I took this week, so very nice trades. However, I was not aggressive at all with my stop loss, okay? Simply because we were at these levels, we had plenty potential downside, so I didn't want to get fucked around here because I knew this was the area I was targeting and I wanted to trade my idea. And this I wrote it down, okay, for me not to trail my stop loss aggressively. So what happened? So I took the trade plummeted very aggressively. What did my emotion want to do? I wanted to trail my stop loss very close, okay? Just above here, just above the SMA, okay? I wanted to do this to secure profit because I thought, okay, the price has been aggressive, now it's going to retrace. So I wanted to do this. However, I wrote it down before that I wanted to leave the trade plenty of room and not trail it with risk to reward, but trail it with trading my idea, okay? So when we were at these levels, I actually left my stop loss up there, okay? I left my stop loss up there. We did this, then it was early morning, 7 a.m. We dropped again. At this point, I moved my stop loss here, okay? This is just the right thing to do. I'm still trading my idea, but I'm not just being stupid, okay? This was a very nice area. We dropped, so my stop loss was there. when we started here, we bounced to these levels, okay? Then I was targeting it on the 5 minutes. I was looking at potential retracements and getting out before, and it just reached my target, and that was a very nice trade. So that's the difference between trading your idea and trading the risk to reward, okay? So please, please, please write everything down, okay? So you don't have this emotion to trail your stop, and you can just respect your plan, okay? First one, you could see the trade and think, I'm going to trade it very aggressive with my stop loss. Okay, I want to catch as much as I need, sorry. And the second thing is, I know that trade will get there. I don't know how it will get there though, how long it will take. So I'm trading the full idea and not trading my stop loss unless it's very evident.